Good morning and welcome. Namaste. Blessings to you all. Thank you for being with me. Today we're practicing yoga to help us blossom from our deep soul beauty. This is an invitation to reveal your inner beauty and radiance, the way the flowers are opening up and blossoming. Just be yourself and discover the joy of asana, embodying this blossoming from within. The focus will be on hip openers so that we can prepare to practice Lotus Pose, Padmasana. And just let this beauty unfold from within you naturally and effortlessly so that there's no force or strain. Now, the mudra today is Padma Mudra, bringing the base of the palms, the heel of the palms together and opening the fingers out wide, just letting the edges of the thumbs and pinkies touch. And this blossoming of the lotus, this soul glow and radiance from your heart, just opening up and sharing your natural beauty with the world around you. And our mantra with this is the mantra for Lakshmi. And this is Om Shreem Mahalakshmiyai Svaha. And together 3 times, let's chant this mantra. Om Shreem Mahalakshmiyai Svaha. Om Shreem Mahalakshmiyai Svaha. Om Shreem Mahalakshmiyai Svaha. And let it be this soul radiance rising up and blossoming. Now I invite you to create this sacred space around you, this special moment in time that you're taking for yourself. Sanctify it with the breath. And inhale to increase this awareness of inner beauty and radiance. And exhale, release any tension, any worries. Just to be yourself in your own natural splendor and glory. Inhale, blossom open in that soul beauty. Exhale away any inhibitions about being yourself, just being in your own truth. And that truth may mean acknowledging limitations and flexibility and strength and whatever that is in your asana practice. And just be okay with that. That's why we're practicing, is just to understand ourselves better and just be yourself. And we'll start doing some nice, easy spinal movements. On the exhale, tucking the chin to the chest and rounding the back. And on the inhale, pulling the chest through to lift up in the chin. And exhale back again to that rounded back. And just move at your own pace. Each breath deepening the movement. Each movement deepening the breath. So they become one. Come back up to the center. And please to bring the hands forward and walk the hands over to the right side. Fold over the right hip, bowing the head, getting more spacious in the heart on the inhale, and bowing deeper on the exhale. You're starting to feel stretch in that outer left hip, the lower back. The bigger the breath, the more space there is to blossom. And finishing that breath, walk the hands over to the opposite side, hands to the left. Begin to bow over the left hip. Inhaling deep breaths into the lower back and the hips. Exhaling, letting go. Just acknowledging where you are today. And finish one more deep breath out. Then rising up, lift up to seated. And we're going to come back onto the back and lie back. Hug the knees into the chest. Wrap yourself into a little ball, tucking the chin. And on the inhale, lower the head, loosen the knees. On the exhale, tuck into that tight little ball, like the bulb ready to sprout. And inhale, blossom open in the heart. And release the left leg out. Slide that left heel away. And continue to draw the right knee in. And circle that right knee around in little circles. And reverse those circles. And hold in back of the right thigh with the hands interlaced. On the exhale, begin to straighten the right leg, pushing the thigh into the hands. And keep the shoulder blades under the back of the head and shoulders on the floor. And each exhalation, begin to stretch more through the back of the right leg. Flexing the ankle, circling the foot, whatever feels good. Find what feels right. Deepen the breath. And allow your body time to blossom. You cannot force a plant to blossom before it's ready. Be patient. Now open the right leg to the right side, holding the hand. Keep spreading the toes, extending through the soles of the feet. Stretch it out. And then cross the right leg up and over to the left side, bending the right knee so you can hold with the left hand and roll on to the outer left hip. Stretch the right arm away. And on the exhale, pull the navel in and reach through the fingertips, through the toes, even lengthening the tailbone. Nice and gentle, so we're warming up the body. waiting for the body to feel like it needs to blossom. And release onto your spine. Extend the right leg and lift the left knee. And just hug the left knee into the chest, nice and easy. Find length through the leg, the right leg, and then circle the left knee, some nice easy circles, just guiding it around with the left hand. And reverse those circles. Just lubrication in the hip socket, that ball and socket. And then hold behind the left thigh. And draw in that left knee. And extend it as you exhale. Inhale, soften the knee, bring it close, and exhale, try and straighten the leg a little more, pressing through the sole. And just be generous with your breath, helping the body relax enough to blossom. Nice, calming, deep breath will help the body feel safe. And only when the body has that sense of safety and security is it really ready to venture into a little deeper expression of the pose. Now open the left leg, send it out to the left side. Keep lengthening through the legs, spreading the toes. And then lift the left leg up and cross it over. Bend the knee and roll onto your right hip. Twisting to look over the left shoulder now. And really open the heart with this deep twist. Breathe and blossom open in the heart. Let your soul beauty shine and glow and radiate. Good job. Good deep breaths. And release back down onto your spine. And we'll bend the knees and open the knees wide apart. Soles of the feet pressing together in this reclining cobbler position. Inhale, let the lower back arch up off the floor. Knees widen. And on the exhale, draw the navel down, the lower ribs in. Lengthen the tailbone. And if you like, just the weight of the hands on the inner thighs, but no forcing, no pushing. Just a gentle encouragement. You got this. You can do this. You're safe. You're in control. The more you breathe into the stretch, the more calming and easeful. Good. Very good. Yeah, I'm going to lift up and come into child's pose. into child's pose, and just letting the sitting bones sink back to the heels by drawing the navel up and in. So first work on getting the sit bones down. Spread the toes and use the muscles around the ankles to really press the toenails into the ground. And then round the back. Let the forearms rest on the floor, or the palms press forward like you're pushing against resistance to help send the hips back. Inhale, expanding in the shoulders and neck, and exhale, lengthening the spine. Okay. If the head is not touching the ground, you can make a fist with one hand to rest the forehead, or the backs of the hands folded, whatever is the right height for you. And maybe over a series of breaths, you do reach the floor with your forehead. But we're not getting down with the head at the expense of lifting up with the hips. So we do need to keep the hips back and down so the tailbone can lengthen. So we're in this nice child's pose, Padmasana. And we'll start to walk the hands over to the right. Start to deepen that stretch in the outer left hip and side of the waist. Pressing the left hip back and down. Breathing into that left side of the lungs. And switching, walk the hands across the center over to the left side, and extend through the right side as you stretch and breathe. Blossoming on the inhalation and deepening that stretch on the exhale. So there's this gentle pulsation of the breath that helps the pose flow without sticking, without forcing, without strain. And release the hands to the center. And lift the back up into hero pose, virasana. Good. Rolling the shoulders up and back, and drawing the navel into the spine, creating a very strong structure, alignment. Now, please step the right foot forward to lunge, and bring the hands inside the right knee. Walk the left knee back, and to open the hips here with your deep breath, blossoming the heart open as you inhale, and stretching a little more as you exhale, maybe bending the elbows, perhaps even bringing the elbows down to the ground if you feel so inclined. If that's not where you want to be, get back to where your heart is ready to blossom open, and just be yourself. Pressing down through the tops of the toes of the left foot, or curling the left toes under to press with the toe pads. Either way, I'm still staying very active in this back leg, hugging muscles to the bone, and lifting the pelvic floor, and toning the lower belly. So as I'm stretching muscles, I'm also engaging them begin to straighten the right knee, lift the toes up, and press the hips back to this kneeling pyramid. Inhale, soften, expand, and exhale, lengthen the spine as you press out through the sole of the right foot and press forward through the palms of the fingers. The bigger your breath, the more your heart can blossom, your soul beauty shine, and radiate like the glow of Lakshmi. Now we'll switch sides, release that stretch, and step right foot back. And bring the left foot through. Step it to the outside of the mat. And then walk the right knee back. You can keep the back toes curled under to remind you to press down through that foot and leg, or flatten the back toes and press through the toenails. Inhale, lengthen the arms, open the heart, and exhale, bend the elbows, engage in the inner thighs, the pelvic floor. Use that muscular energy to protect the joints in the body, so you can stretch safely, securely, calmly, and with your own inner beauty radiating out. You got this. You're shining. You're beautiful. Be generous with that breath. It helps to keep the body calm, mind calm. Now we're getting the hips nice and open. Start to straighten that left leg. Lift the left toes up and press down with the left heel. Press down and pull back so there's engagement in the muscles in the back of the leg. Inhale, soften the knee, lengthen the neck, and on your exhale, pull the navel in and press out through the sole of the foot. Doing fine. Just listen to your body. Deepen the breath. And be yourself. Take another full, deep breath. And step the left foot back. And widen the knees, hip distance. Spread the fingers. Press the finger pads down and lift the knees up. And we'll just start walking the knees, moving, walking the dog. Next, we're going to step the right foot forward and bring the right knee down into pigeon. So right knee behind right wrist. Then walk the left knee back. Find where you're comfortable. And press down through the legs. Lift up through the heart. Inhale, blossom open in the chest. And exhale, roll forward like a red carpet. Inhale, curl it up. And exhale, roll it forward. You may come a little deeper with each exhale. Just find what feels good in your body. Keep engaging the legs, the pelvic floor, They're hugging in towards the midline. Last time, curl it up, and then step the right foot back to downward dog. Yay! Walk it out and release any tension in the knees. And then we'll step the left foot forward, left knee down behind the left wrist. To pigeon, Ekapada, Rajakapatasana. We'll walk the right knee back so there's a good opening in the hips, and then engage the legs, draw them towards each other, hug the outer hips towards the midline, tone in the pelvic floor and the abdomen. Inhale, curling up with the chest, and exhale, rolling forward. And just flowing with your breath, up on the inhale, and down on the exhale. The bigger your breath, the more time you have to feel the beauty in the movement. The more space you have to blossom in your heart. And one more fluid movement. Lift up to seated position. Bring. Okay. The left knee is still bent from pigeon. We'll just swing the right leg around in front into half Lord of the Fish, Ardha Matsyendrasana. So first, find balance on the sitting bones. It's all right if you need to keep that right heel inside the knee, do that, or cross to the outside for a little bit bigger stretch in the outer hips. First, sit up straight and tall. You can use the hands like kickstand to give your back support. Open the heart with the breath. And twist to the right. Begin by holding that right knee with the left hand or the left elbow, and twisting, looking over the right shoulder. Breathe into the hips, and you may feel a gentle stretch in that outer right hip. And then releasing this direction, switch the legs. Bring the right knee down to the floor and hug the left heel in to the inside of the right knee, or cross it to the outside. If that means that you're falling too much over to the side, you don't have to go there. You can just keep it where you're still able to sit both sitting bones evenly on the ground, and just test it out. Use your hands, give yourself lots of assistance here. Sitting up bright and tall. And then holding that left knee with the right hand, start to twist and look over the left shoulder. Nice long breaths and gentle stretch in the outer right hip. And the outer left hip too. Woo. Okay. Please release back to the center. And I think we next go to a wide leg forward bend. So open the legs wide, move the sitting bones back, spread the toes, and lift the heart. Blossom open. This is your chance to shine and start to fold forward. And you start to feel resistance. Squeeze the quads, lift the kneecaps up, spread the toes, make sure the legs muscles are actively hugging muscles to the bone. And deepen the forward bend as you're comfortable. Inhaling, spreading your petals of beauty, and exhale, folding forward to your comfortable capacity. And the bigger your breath, the more space you'll have to fold with beauty, with ease. Again, just be yourself. Releasing. Inhale, slowly lift back up. Good. Now bend the right knee, bring the right foot into the inner left thigh. And twist, face the left leg. Squeeze the left leg and the right foot together. Form that internal isometric, contraction in the core, and then start to fold over the left leg, brightening the heart on the inhale and bowing forward more on the exhale. Again, just do what feels natural and joyful in your body. Keep breathing along the right side of the waist, the right side of the ribs. And slowly release, lift up, and switch the legs, taking the right leg out wide. Bend the left knee and bring that left foot against the inner right thigh. All right, draw the lower back in. Turn face towards the right leg and exhale. Squeeze the muscles to the bone. Lift that right kneecap and you're folding easily. Blossoming on the inhale, opening the heart. And bowing on the exhale, melting forward. Nice, long, deep breaths. Give your body space, give your body time. Be patient with the body, and it will blossom eventually. Just don't rush it. Notice if one side of the body is more open to the stretch than the other. Releasing, slowly lift up. Good. Now for some of these seated poses, it may be advantageous to have a cushion to lift up and sit on. And we'll start our half lotus and lift up that right knee and draw it back. Start to press the right knee behind. And cradle that right shin in front of the chest. You can use forklift arms underneath the shin. But try not to sickle in the ankle where it sprains the outer ankle. Engage the outer shin muscle and pull back with the little toe edge of the foot. And gently work that right shin up towards the chest. and eventually into the crease of the left hip. So we're just easing it back and forth, and eventually bringing that heel up to the center of the left hip crease. Lean to the left side and fold the left heel back and under the right knee. Again, keep those shin muscles very strong so you're not sickling or spraining the ankle. If the foot is sliding down off the thigh, just let it rest on the ground. Don't try and keep the toes up and the heel down. So you want the toes and the heel to be at the same elevation. Okay? Now spiral the inner thighs down. You may have to move the sitting bones back and spread the sitting bones a little bit. And we're in Padmasana, half lotus pose. And this is a very challenging pose for me. I'm just barely getting into this pose. So do what feels right in your body. Draw the lower back in, spiral the shoulders up and back, and make this nice Padma mudra, this nice lotus mudra. Blossoming open in the heart, your inner soul beauty. Just let it unfold. If you'd like a deeper stretch in the hips, you can fold forward. Don't rush things. Keep the lower back drawing in, the shoulders rolling up and back. And be yourself. Just breathe your way forward. Patience. Compassion and appreciation. And when you're finished folding, lift up, release that right foot out. Maybe you need to massage the ankle or the knee, whatever feels good. Let your body know you love it. Give it some love. Begin opening the left hip now. So bring the left knee up and pull the left knee back, just rocking it around, lubricate that hip socket. Bring the forklift arms under the shin and start to bring that left shin up towards the heart. You're not cowering down with the head towards the foot. This is the hip opener, not the back stretcher. So I get the hip to open, lifting the shin up higher. And eventually working that left heel over into the right hip crease. Once you have it up, lean to the right so you can fold the right knee and bring the right heel under the left knee. To our Ardha Padmasana. Want the inner thighs to spiral downward. Maybe you have to lift the buttocks, spread the sitting bones, and then settle into the pose, grounding down evenly through both sitting bones. Draw the lower back in and roll the shoulders up and back. You can make your Padma mudra here. Letting the heart blossom, glow, and shine forth. Or maybe you want to stretch deeper in the hips and you fold forward a little bit with each exhale, sensing how this is feeling. That you're not compromising in the back of the neck or the shoulders. That you're able to breathe fully into the heart, let it blossom. Nice, full, even breaths. Nourish the body as you inhale. Challenge the body as you exhale. Fold a little deeper. And then rise up and lift the back. And release the left leg out. Massage. Give the body a little love, whether it's the ankle or the knee, whatever needs it. Okay. Now we come to Gomukhasana, cow face pose. To get into this pose, I like to come onto hands and knees and stack the left knee behind the right knee. Widen the feet and then slowly walk the hands back. Now I'm going to be sitting on my cushion. Lifts me up enough to maintain the pose. Keep the feet very active so the ankles don't sickle. And we're lifting up through the inner body, rolling the shoulders up and back. Keeping good posture with the head, neck, and trunk aligned with gravity like a plumb line from the crown of the head down through the sitting bones. Using good core strength to maintain that length in the spine. And yes, you can fold forward if you're tempted to. If your body feels like that would help it blossom more, you can fold forward and go Gomukhasana. You can also add the arms. So the arms, one arm lifts up, the other clasps from behind. And this is the full Gomukhasana cow face pose. Clasping the arms behind the back is useful to prevent you from rounding in the spine as you fold forward. One more big inhale, blossoming the heart. And then exhale, release the hands. I come back forward onto hands and knees and switch the order. Bring that right knee in behind the left knee. Okay. And sit back down on your cushion or on the floor. And try and get the sitting bones to press evenly into the mat. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and back. And exhale, pull the navel into the spine to lengthen. And now, if you want, add the arms to Gomukhasana. This time, it's a little bit harder for me to clasp this side. That's okay. Just keep the heart open so it can blossom. Wherever you are in the pose, just be yourself. You're doing great. Shine from your heart, and your soul beauty will blossom. Perfect. Great job. Release that side. Okay. And now do we want to do full lotus? Sure. All right. So I'm going to begin now. Bringing the left heel under. Bringing the left heel on top of the right thigh. And then folding the right knee. Now, if the left knee is not on the ground at this point, you do not want to attempt the full pose. So if this is where I'm stuck, I cannot go any further without injuring my knee or something else. So it's not worth it to injure yourself. The trick in getting the left knee on the ground is really inner spiral through the thighs. And if you need to, manually take the hands, inner spiral by sending the right fingers down, pulling the left fingers out from underneath. And if over time that left knee does eventually come to the ground, you can also bring the right heel up on top. It's not working for me today. Maybe it was for you. So enjoy if you have that. If not, you can also attempt on the other side, starting with the right foot on top, and then bending the left knee. Ah, that's interesting. This side is more open. The right knee is on the ground. Well, okay. Now I'll try and bring that left foot up on top. It's hard. All right, but just barely made it to full lotus pose. It's not beautiful, but I'm here, breathing, smiling, and happy. This is the blossoming of my Padmasana. And to release, sliding out of the pose, and eventually come up to stand. And well, time for one standing pose. We'll practice the eagle pose, Garudasana. For this, we'll sweep the right arm under the left, hook the elbows, clasp the hands, and bend both knees. Balance on the left leg and cross the right knee over the left knee and squeeze the shins together. Okay, try not to droop in the shoulders. Keep the heart lifted, the shoulders back. And release and rest the right foot down. Open the arms. And then sweep the left arm under the right. Hook the elbows. Bend the knees. And now we're going to cross the left knee over the right knee and squeeze the legs together. Roll the shoulders up and back. Pull the navel in as you exhale. And focus on blossoming your inner soul beauty. And release the left foot down. Okay, sweep the arms up. And exhale, rest the arms to your side. Okay, one more standing pose. We'll do one-legged chair. So first, find chair pose. Bend the knees. Reach up with the arms. Balance on the left leg. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. You can keep the arms up like that. Don't bring the hands down. Hold the knee and the sole of the right foot and start to crouch down a little lower for a deeper hip opener. If the knee and hip are good with this amount of stretch, you might try and bring that left elbow inside the right toes, the right elbow on top of the right shin, and see how this feels in the hip and the knee. You can go into Ekapada Galavasana, the arm balance pose from that point, shifting forward onto the hands and extending that back leg. And release. Come back up to standing. And rest. Right foot down. Woo! Big pose. Reach it up. Shimmy up. And rest the arms. Now we need to do the other side. Breathing. Bend the knees, come into chair pose. Let's just straighten things out. Here we are, chair pose. Utkatasana. This time, cross the left ankle over the right knee. Maybe bringing the hands down works to go into a deeper hip stretch. Oops. Shaking a little. And even going deeper with the elbows in front of the left shin. Curl the left toes around the back of the right upper arm. Bring the hands down, arm balance. And releasing, Galavasana, come up to stand. And rest the feet down. Whew. Stretch the arms up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the arms to rest at your side. And now we'll come back down to the ground. Rest on the back. And lift the knees. Walk the heels in, arch the lower back, and inhale, lift the hips to bridge pose. Clasping the hands is an option. Keep the chin lifted, the sides of the hips up, and just blossom in the heart. And slowly lower down and release. Take one more symmetrical stretch. Extend the legs, lift the arms, and lengthen through the toes and fingers. Big breaths, lengthening. Exhaling, relaxing. And start to come into your Shavasana pose, bringing the arms down, partway to your side, widening the feet to the width of the mat. Tuck the shoulder blades under the back. And then rest on the back of the shoulders, the backs of the hands. Rest and breathe. Relax, let go. And just be yourself now, resting calm and peacefully. I'll tell you a little story about being yourself. Once upon a time, long ago, a water bearer in India had two large pots. each hung on the end of a pole which he carried across his neck. One of the pots had a crack in it, and while the other pot was perfect and always delivered a full portion of water, at the end of the long walk from the stream to the master's house, the cracked pot arrived only half full. For 2 full years this went on daily, with the bearer delivering only 1.5 pots of full water in his master's house. Of course, the perfect pot was proud of its accomplishments, perhaps to the end for which it was made. But the poor cracked pot was ashamed of its own imperfection and miserable that it was able to accomplish only half of what it had been made to do. After 2 years of what it perceived to be bitter failure, it spoke to the water bearer one day by the stream. "I am ashamed of myself, and I want to apologize to you." The bearer asked, "Why? What are you ashamed of?" And the pot replied, "For these past 2 years I am able to deliver only half of my load, because this crack in my side causes water to leak out all the way back to your master's house. Because of my flaws, you don't get full value for your efforts." And the water bearer felt sorry for the old cracked pot, and in his compassion he said, "As we return to the master's house, I want you to notice the beautiful flowers along the path." As they went up the hill, the old cracked pot took notice of the sun warming the beautiful wildflowers on the side of the path, and this cheered it somewhat. But at the end of the trail, it still felt bad because it had leaked out half of its load, and so again it apologized to the bearer for its failure. And the bearer said to the pot, "Did you not notice that there were flowers only on your side of the path, but not on the other pot's side? That is because I have always known about your flaw and took advantage of it. I planted flower seeds on your side of the path, and every day while we walk back from the stream, you've watered them. For 2 years, I've been able to pick these beautiful flowers to decorate my master's table. Without you being just the way you are, he would not have this beauty to grace his house." Know that you are beautiful, even with flaws or imperfections. Now start to deepen your breath and awaken your body with movement and stretching. Roll over to the right side and pause in that fetal position and sense how you feel. And then begin to blossom up to easy seated pose. Sprout and grow. Sit up straight and tall, reaching for the sun with the crown of your head. And making this beautiful Padma Mudra, the lotus flower unfolding within your heart. I bow to the blossoming of your inner radiance and your deep soul beauty. Namaste.